Moo and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pinktron. I am Brent Robinson, and I'm joined today by Sean Fogenberg. Sean, what are you drinking?
I've got a grapefruit bubbly water.
Hmm, delicious. Like the one in the pink can? Oh, it's a La
Oh,
Croix, as opposed to the official Buble. Got it, got it. All right, Craig Martin, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a cracked canoe light beer because, well, it tastes good.
All right, we
And
also
you'd
have.
probably be at the Nationals now if you'd have taken a cracked canoe rather than a plane.
I wouldn't. That's an awful lot of portage, Steve.
Could you like I know it literally used to happen, but could you imagine a canoe all the way like from the St. Lawrence River backwards up against the flow through all the Great Lakes? Like I
I,
understand that literally used to happen, but
yeah, no, I like it would be months. I know. Yeah.
It was, but it would take you like 3 months probably.
bring back your beaver pelts. All right, that was Steve Pritchard. Steve, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Social Crew Impossible, which is a alcohol-free beer. It's very tasty. I'm on their pale ale tonight. I had their lager last night. Very nice.
Excellent. We've also got Steph Etchen. Steph, what are you drinking?
I've got Imposter Sprite. It's just a store brand lemonade.
That's great. All right, we've also got John Keenan. John, what are you drinking?
I have house branded bubbly water. So even less
Even
interesting
more
than
impostery?
yeah, more impostery
All
than
right,
mine.
I once again have Okanagan crisp apple cider. Really, I think these were left at my house, and I just went to the fridge, and that's what was in there. So, speaking of doing things because they're there, HSRL this week is 12 laps of Downtown Dolphin. I think
12
that's the
laps
Craig's
right
of downtown
excited.
dolphin.
Downtown Dolphin. Preems on the sprint. I died. John did really well though, and Craig
I
BS the
I
D's.
attribute all of my success to eating ice cream on vacation for the last week. So
Yeah.
Carb loading.
it
Yeah.
all the calories I needed to be able to do the sprints 12 times over and over and over again.
Ugh,
That was
Downtown
fun.
Dolphin is up the cobbles,
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
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 And
so
did
it
the
counts
first
Is that
lap
the
clockwise.
count?
section? Is that the section
Yes.
that counts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, we've not properly James Bailey'd this. Didn't you
No,
do
yeah,
this once
you
where it
mean,
was both lap time and sprint time that counted?
and it made no sense. Yes. Or did we do that on we might have done that in Paris.
But
But yes.
but yeah,
I think both.
but a couple of only 2 laps instead of all the laps. Could you imagine 12, like 11 laps segments for downtown Dolphins plus the sprint would be utter chaos.
I think that's what we did. For those of you who don't understand that us calling James Bailey evil isn't really a joke. It's actually hard fought experience earned by burning legs. Down to Delphin though, it's easy. Sprint, recover, repeat.
Easy.
It's 2Ks long, which means that about 25% of the lap you're going really, really hard, and
And
75% of the lap you're not.
if you can pick up another category, do it because there's people everywhere. It's mayhem.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna, sorry, John, I was going to ask you guys about this. So I've noticed the last couple of weeks that tail gunning seems to be super effective. Now, I don't know if
Yep.
that's new pack dynamics or whether that's me actually being able to do tail gunning properly, being a bit stronger in my group. But wow, like, flying through people super fast seems to go fast. It's good.
Super fun too, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched a bit. Yeah, I watched while I was doing a ride. I watched uh, Craig's stream of de-assing these when it was indeed utter chaos, just groups everywhere. Was lucky for them. They had some alongside the D group. They had the not a herd crew, but mainly a guerrillas crew support with a
Yeah.
B and a C rider. Well, Megan is technically Aeonian, but I know she's ridden for the herd of gorillas other teams back in the day. So
Yeah. And
Yeah, there's some real competition in the D's between Herd and ATP, and ATP ran hiding
they
today.
did
Shame
in
on you,
this race.
ATP. Shame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see the D group or the B's and the A's come through until like lap 10. And then they just powered through us like we were standing still. So I maybe missed an earlier lap when they came through us that I wasn't
No, you
paying
guys were going
attention.
quick. They were
Okay.
going fast when they were going fast, and then not when they weren't. The
Okay. So they
Yeah,
weren't
because
making up much time.
the B's and A's each came through the D's, and yeah, they took it easy in between the sprints, but then the last
Okay.
couple laps, I think, started to accelerate.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was a giant train came through on sprint 10 or something, 9 or 10.
The bees.
The A's and B's, it was a big A and B group. The
Yep.
Reds
Yep.
were on the front, and yeah.
Well, there was one that there was A's that came through earlier, and they broke off
Were
some of
they?
the C's. Right, they
Okay.
broke off about 4 or 5 of them, and then we caught them.
Okay.
I think, except for maybe the one guy who finished in first.
But they would have been a lap down for when they came through you the first time, Brent,
Oh, okay, maybe.
because you guys would have done a full lap
Yep, yep,
before the A's started.
for sure. That's
Yeah.
right. Anyway, so then, yeah, like there's a 3 or 4 of them broke off with them, and then they got caught back up like 2, 3 laps later.
Yeah.
And then the big BA group came through, yeah, in about lap 10, and it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. There I tried to hang on, but no.
yeah,
No.
I don't even really know how many of the C's ended up holding on. Like I was trying to accelerate to stay with them too, and I just don't have the gas to stay with them long enough anymore.
Yeah.
It is funny when your Zwift experience becomes like a Star Trek episode, as you desperately ask for more power and you get a message back that the engines can't take it anymore. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that happened in last week's HSRL race. We were with a group of C's. I was just couldn't was I would say slightly gapped at the top of Titan's Grove, but I should have pushed because I was right there. Then we were with a small group. Then a back group of C squatters, and right when we're going up the riser to the start of the first sprint, a second B group went through us, and I just couldn't hold on to for yeah. So yeah, it's sometimes tricky when you're on the limit, and then at a wrong moment an upper category passes and either splits the group, or you have to let the group go. She can't
Yeah, they
lash
only
on.
got 20 seconds in what, 2 laps, so wasn't too much time that they made up.
Otherwise, in terms of strategy, I don't know there's much other than tail gun the sprint, hold on to the front as best you can, or the biggest group, hold on to the
Yeah.
fast guys when they come through.
Yeah.
And maybe, I guess, try to meter out the sprints a little bit. Like,
Yeah. No, definitely
Yeah.
meter
a
out the
lot.
sprints a little bit. Be in the best bunch of your category you can, so you can gauge your sprints on each sprint against them. And always be in a group, whether it's your category, a category down, or a category up. Really, that's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah, you could definitely see it, like I said, so with one of the May competition in the D's, you can notice and near the end, he was competing less or for the sprints. Davies, yeah, you could see the drop in efforts. Or
yeah, it's
Really
not
big
surprising, is it? I
numbers.
mean, what's it, a 3-minute lap and then a 15 to 20 second effort?
yeah,
Like there's not many people who do that many intervals, repeats that hard, are they?
Pretty good numbers though. Like,
Really big. 27 Bs on Zwift Power.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there were like 44 in game, but I don't know how many of them were like Craig that were DSing, but
There was a few. Yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't just me.
Who else did
Yeah.
you have in the D group that was all working together? Because you had a bunch that you were chatting through the work there, Craig.
Yeah. So there was, so Brian Mudge and Bill Ragatz from Gorillas was there. Sam, oh shoot, what's Sam's
Sam
last name?
Brooker?
Sam Brooker, yeah.
Brooker, yeah.
Okay.
Megan and Mark also from the Gorillas / Aeonian, probably.
Yeah, Megan and Mark were there.
How come they're not on
Um,
Zwift Power?
What's that?
How come they're not on Zwift Power?
I think
Oh,
Megan's
so
the same.
Megan's in the C's.
Oh,
And Mark is a B.
Yeah. But yeah, Mark Burks.
Mark's a B. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Some good teamwork there.
Oh, dang. You know, it was a rough race when scorekeeper was only third. And the top two did, 5-ish watts a kilo for the full race.
Oh, yeah.
But sixth place did 5.6, but basically didn't do the sprints.
Yeah. Did not understand the assignment.
just funny because like the one guy that who's on his team was racing. Like, anyway,
Unless he was just pulling him around.
Yeah.
I guess
Could
maybe.
be.
Crazy, crazy watts.
Those are silly, silly watts. Yeah.
You never know who turns up because I remember last year some Total Energy rider won HWR or something like that, or
Yep.
HSRL, and that's the guy that finished 10th in this year's tour.
Yeah.
Jordan Jagat.
Yeah, he won a Hurt race, Hurt Winter race, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty wicked.
I was clicking through race results and saw Guillaume Boivin in there, who's a Canadian champion. So
Yeah, for Israel Premier Tech, yeah, he rides. So,
yeah, kind of funny. But yeah, scorekeeper third. Whew.
Is Chris officially a B again? Oh, he is. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris.
Yep.
oh, sad. There goes his classification in the C's.
Man, that's it. That was a big B group. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And O'Callahan's racing B. Sheesh.
Oh yeah, he's been in B for like him and Dan Manallo, and there's a few other guys.
Well, Dan was a B for a long time.
I'm surprised Bart van der Linden is still a B because
Yeah.
he's normally top an A+ guy.
Yeah. Well, Tyler's up 4 kilograms, which is probably just enough
Hmm.
from what he was last year when he was racing A, I think. Yeah.
I found that Herd Winter Racing, and TJ only finished a minute behind the guy who finished 10th in the tour. Ergo, TJ should probably be a domestique in the tour.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He'd have to give up so much salary to go be a bike rider, though.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think there's much else to say about HSRL this week.
There's not.
Get out, get your sprints in.
Yep.
It's like eating your Wheaties or your
Don't
vegetables.
get dizzy.
Go get your sprints in.
Well,
Um,
I don't like the course because I'm not a sprint, but I have to do it because I missed the first 2 weeks. So if I want to do all 6, I have to do every one, including the Alp in 2 weeks' time.
There you go. Is that what the last one is? Is the Alp?
Yeah,
I
Rose
just don't
Sky,
even-
Lotus
Mario
Sky.
Line, Mario Line just put up a post that was basically a, hey, remember the Alp Dash? Remember how James Bailey is evil? Well,
Yeah.
we're doing it again.
It's back.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the Alp Dash, when we did have the Alp Dash, that was the only big climb.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the race on
Well,
Fridays.
well, it could have. It still could be worse. She could have been more evil and set up up fan top.
Yep.
I think that the Alp Dash was maybe the first herd race that I did.
The Alps a
Back
good
in
one though, isn't it? For like
No,
more than I don't know what we're like numbers
no.
wise, but basically you need to do a shade over 3 watts a kilo for an hour to
Yep.
do it in just under an hour.
Yep.
So actually quite a few people, it will still be an hour long ride, which is what most of us want, right? Most of us are quite keen on like races that take sub hour. I'm looking forward to it a bit less of my 2.6, whatever my FTP is at the moment was per kilo. It's going to take me a bit longer, but who knows? Maybe I'll give myself a little boost at that point.
All right.
What else we got on this week then? Should we go
Herd
into herd
beginner.
beginner racing?
Yeah, it's on Two Bridges Loop. For the categories, there has been a change. Nathan narrowed it down from 5 bands to 4 bands. The first one is between 0 and 125 instead of 150. Second band, 125 to 225. Third band, 225 to 300. And then the top band, 300 to 425. And the cutoff is still the 225. The bands A and B now do 3 laps, and the below 225 do 2 laps. The 2 bottom bands.
What's the route this week, Steph?
Two Bridges Loop.
Two
Yeah.
Bridges Loop.
Which is good fun. Yeah, so I was talking with Nate and kind of a proposal on the table to maybe start a monthly Zwift Power League for HBR as well. So anyway, we'll see. There's still some opinions about that, and but I think that
Would it
yeah.
would it then be on points or on time or something, or is that still under discussion?
Yeah, it's all under discussion. I think it would
Okay.
be similar to the way we do HWR. Just points for finishing order and
Yeah.
keep track of 4 weeks. Yeah.
No, okay.
And the one climb is like the start of the KOM reverse into the bypass.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like get
So
one
you,
climb
yeah,
of
you
it.
then
Yeah.
take the bypass and come down the start of Helicon forward. It's an absolute brilliant circuit, this. When I'm organized and do a warm up, this is my warm up loop. Like it's a little bit hard at the beginning. You've then got a bit of an effort up the climb and recover. And actually, the finish line is, especially with it being 2, 3 laps, like people that get gapped at the start, like if you're a little bit heavier, you might catch them back. There's quite a lot of flat
Yeah.
to catch back up to them. So don't give up.
Sure. Well, especially like it's a pretty big down, like a pretty big steep downhill from the
Yeah.
bypass down. So
Be going fast when you hit the steep part.
Yep.
Be already going fast when you hit the steep part. It will make the
Yeah.
whole thing better.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. And Stampede Challenge keeps going. We still mountain mash for another
Still
8
mountain
days?
mash for another week here, and then yeah, there's talks on what the next route will be. So anybody got any suggestions? I was kind of thinking maybe volcano circuit.
It's a good one.
I was wondering if there's a quick way to do Titans, either com or reverse.
Yes. So
Yeah,
you can there is
they,
one that we've done that heads out from the Desert Pens straight
they,
toward
Yeah.
Titans Grove.
So
they
And
basically
Canopies and
well,
Coastlines, last week's
what we
course.
did last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it doesn't stop.
No,
no, but you
it's
can,
custom finish. Yeah.
yeah.
custom
Yeah.
finish on at the top. Then, yeah,
So we did that in Stampede last year or something, and it was like an 8 or 9 minute like
Yeah.
ish effort.
But so we could still use a Climber's Gambit format one of these months too.
yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, kind of thinking, and then anyway, yeah, we'll see. It's been Macaron was very popular, but some of that was Macaron.
Is
Yeah.
is it possible
Yes.
and to do a mashup of Stampede and Climber's Gambit where you give points for the KOM time, but also points for the finish time. So you have to actually go fast for the rest of it.
Ooh.
So like do that course a little past the top of Titan's Reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you want to go fast up the KOM, but you can't just loaf the rest of the.
I
Oh.
think we did. Brent did something similar with. I think with the Jarvis KOM with some of that route, and he took 100 points for your finishing time, but also 100 points for your FTS on the climb. So yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think stuff like that's always interesting, if nothing else.
I guess it's in Stampede Challenge where you're not racing a whole bunch of other people, then you're just doing math after the fact, and that might be a little less interesting. But
Yeah, I think the thing is ultimately if you're like it's not that much different than actually just doing the time trial.
yeah,
Because if you're actually time trial pacing it, you should be going hard-ish on the flat bit and then harder on the uphill. So
yeah.
it's
Yep.
kind of the same pacing, really. But it's kind of an interesting little challenge always to do it that way. To kind of it would actually just kind of make you not have to go hard-ish on the flats, right? You got to go harder.
Yeah.
But we'll let you all know next week what's gonna happen. And then I think the news is Zwift Racing League is back in with several changes. So
Just like every season.
yeah, who wants to try and walk through?
Okay, so the
All the
time
stuff.
slot names have changed and are now colors instead of compound directions.
Yep.
Which I see no problem with this. You just think about you just got to learn what color band your old time slot is in.
Yeah.
Now we have 4 themed rounds, each with 4 races in them.
No,
What?
around rounds 1 and 4 are 4 weeks, and rounds 2 and 3 are 6 weeks. If I read it correct, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I read it too.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, yes. Sorry. When I click on round 2, I get the schedule for round 1. It's classic WTRL web design.
WTF WTRL.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay, so 2 4-week and 2 6-week rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no final.
And no
Who
final.
are totally disaggregated from each other in any possible way.
Which
Yes.
is also fine.
Yes.
Which is also absolutely fine and possibly better. Um, Now next
It
we've
was nice to have the finals as like and then we're working toward this thing. But as Steve had mentioned when we were chatting about this before, like
No, I
it
was a
got
big fan of it, Sean. I really enjoyed the fact that the finals happened at least 7 months afterwards with teams that were completely different to the original teams because everyone had either leveled up or down. It's just who doesn't love a bit of chaos? Like, there's a bit of
yeah.
jeopardy. We all know that good sport relies on jeopardy. What gives you more jeopardy than just complete chaos?
yes.
We gotta go back to the color thing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
There's like layers of colors as well.
So there's like however many colors there are. So like the top, I mean, whatever say you might, the top ladies league is called the Pink League. Okay, fine. But then there's like the Aqua League, the Navy League, the Indigo League, the Lilac League,
So
whatever.
I think their starting point is a good one, isn't it? So don't the like all of the reds are a certain like I don't know what orders, but like Europe is all red
Yeah. No, so
and
red
USA is
the
all yellow or
yeah, so red the
You
red
see,
however, there's
colors
bound to be like teal or something like that. Is that a green and a blue
exactly,
flag?
yeah. So the red
If I ask my
colors
wife, it's
are
a green.
APAC. The
yeah,
yellow are EMEA, I think.
no,
No.
I think
So red are
green,
the
green,
APAC anchored to the southern hemisphere. Yellow are the anchored to the northern hemisphere, whether you're Japanese or North American before work. Um, Green themes are EMEA.
EMEA, blue as
Blue
well.
is America's East, and purple are America's West, I think.
Mm.
No,
I
no,
think
no, no,
blue is
No,
no.
purple
India.
is America's.
Yeah, green and
Oh,
blue
yeah, sorry,
are
purple is America's. Yeah.
EMEA
I'm,
West and
I'm
East.
looking at the wrong times. Yeah.
Yeah,
Although if the highlighted yellow ones are what they're linked to, like
Yeah.
no,
Teal League is highlighted 5 a.m. Tokyo.
no. I
Perfect.
think it. No, I think somebody asked it, and I think it's to do with time changes or something,
Yeah.
or regions that do time the summer winter time changes. I
Yeah.
think something
I
like that.
think we've strayed from what should be the real point here, which is the color system is mad, right? Because there are so many layers of colors. Like nobody can agree. You have to get out the Dulux or kind of your local paint store catalog to understand whether you're in blues or greens.
That's
But
what
we
they must
must
have done. Like
They
who is
had
in
a
like I don't know. You want to like oh, I'm in the Lime League.
they
I'm in
had the
Lime
J. Crew
A.
catalog and they
I'm
were
getting
looking at
Lime
sweater
A.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
fine,
Or
fine, Brent. You can have the
Shamrock
hex code.
C1.
You can have the hex code of your color. Just you. But let's be honest, guys. This is still better than what we had before, where we were
All right, I'll
definitely
give them
in a West, South, East, East, North, East League in the West Division 2 of the Southwest. So
And
maybe
then
that was
B2.
good.
that. I'll give you that. Although
B7. Yeah.
I do want to
Yeah,
race in the Indigo League because that's like a Pokemon thing.
yeah. What was about to say? ZRL in EMEA time leagues were just crazy. They were like not just one direction, but like 3 or 4 directions in one league.
And not even in
Yeah.
a way that made sense. So we
No.
Yeah,
No.
I
true.
don't know if any of
No.
us did
Yeah,
like orienteering or scouts or in the army or anything like that. You have like
no,
east, north, east. You'd have like west, north, south. In like that just doesn't make sense. So, but let's get on to the good stuff. They've done what they've called development, haven't they? Which is this split between. They've basically split the the categories in half, sort of,
yeah, yeah.
Or take
to have a development league. I think they've missed. I think you could have had sharps and flats. I think like who wouldn't want to be a B flat? Like that would have been amazing. I'd have been a D sharp. Would have been great. Like I think they've missed a trick with it. I think they have missed a trick with it. But who doesn't want to be a chord? It would be great.
the Indigo B sharps. Let's go.
Indigo
Exactly.
B sharps.
That sounds amazing. I want to be part of that, whatever it is.
Yeah, but I think it's an incentive one because I remember when I did my first ZRL, not this past winter, but the first winter I did on Zwift. I was started as a D and then upgraded to a C, rode with the fools and the horses with Steve. But yeah, I was just as a mid to low C. I was just filler at the bottom five or some riders. Nothing to incentive to ride, just to collect some finish points. But I think splitting this we in the chat. Craig meant at our pre-chat, but what I remember, it's basically what TFC does with our Mondays, mad end and the low ends of the races, just splitting the categories in half. So having that, like I said, the mid to the low to mid of any categories have incentive to have a race within themselves. Bit what's now happening with ZRS with the bands switching from time to time. Sometimes you're at the end, sometimes at the bottom of a band, sometimes you're at the top. Yeah, I think it's
I think, yeah, I think the challenge they had previously is you couldn't. I think I've talked about this well. I'd have done something a bit like wheelchair basketball, where you have a set number of points you can spend on a team,
Mm.
and a person at the top of their category is worth a crazy amount of points. So if you pick someone who is at the top of your category, you'd only have room really to pick people at the base of your category. So you'd have to think about the spread of how you could score points. The challenge is people could have like two really good people in their team, and if every team had two really good people, the front of the race was super fast. And that actually meant that you could have the bulk of the race really struggling to hold on to the front 20. You could have like 80. I've done races where you have like 80 people there. Quite a lot of people were racing for that like 30 to 80th place. And the front of the race just went and you never saw them again because you had just some super fast characters in there who may or may not have been using source and making sure they didn't upgrade, but that's a different rant. So I think this by bringing the categories close together, it's like a lot of series do. It's like what um, like Flammery's Racing do with the sort of their pepper categories. It's what Velo tries to do with its categories. Are kind of it's anything that's subcategories. I think my worry is numbers. Like actually, would I rather do a big race with 60 people in? And if it's a quiet week, has got 40 people in, or would I rather do a race that's got 15 people in on a quiet week? I
But
don't know.
there's, I mean, in a lot of these categories, there were, B1, B2, B3, B4, and there were 60 riders or whatever in each of, or more in each of those. If you set them up so that, okay, well, actually, we've got 15 B flat teams. Uh, awesome. Now you set all of those in one division. It's the developmental B1. And now you've got one good race where everyone feels like they are good there. And like for a lot of us, they're just with the amount of time and energy you have to train and to like, there's no like, I'm not going to get faster than developmental B, right? Like I'm as fast as I've ever been. And I'm like really happy that they've got this now because there's actually a group of us that have all recently upgraded to B, uh, that are all looking like, oh, actually, this could make for fun racing rather than, oh shit, now here comes the RL and we're fucked.
I d- I'm going to
Yeah.
tangent slightly here because I think that's a really good point, Sean. And it's why get on Discord, getting chatting to people, get like friends on Zwift is really cool. So the first or second ZRL season, that was when a bunch of us had just upgraded to B, wasn't it? Because I think that's when Craig,
Yeah.
me, Maryline, James, Gavin, I think Matt was in the team as well,
Yeah. Matt was in the
quite
team,
strong.
Becca and Orjan.
And we got our asses kicked. Like Craig and Orjan did some great racing. Like
What do you
Gavin,
mean get our
Gavin.
No,
uh,
we were right until the last couple kilometers of the last TTT, we were in it to win. Now we were in B7.
Steve got his ass kicked.
You guys were strong. James, Marilyn, Gav, and I were not so strong. But even so, like I think the spirit of it, we're all chatting to each other, we're all seeing how we could do. Like actually, that was where I think James and I had a ridiculous sprint for 70th for no reason.
That was after the two of you, or was it the two of you or James and Gavin got dropped playing with the ghost because it was the first time they'd had it?
That was James and Gavin. But the other one was we did what was I can't remember what the course is. You basically do the leg snapper 3 times and then you go up the Innsbruck com.
Yeah.
And it ended up that Marilyn and I chased back to Gav and James stayed on our group, and the four of us ended up having a great race on Discord. And it's just because you've got some folks that you're racing with that are all very similar skill category, things like that. So if this, like, I think bring it back to where we were, like if this helps with people doing that in the herd, like I think it's a brilliant idea. Like Craig's been helping out some folks tonight. There's a really good bunch of Ds that race HSRL on a Friday night, and it's just made it more fun. Like it's just more fun that way, isn't it? So hopefully this does too.
I agree with all of that. I'll just say, so the other part of this thing where they've done these split categories, which I hope it works. Like I love ZRL, I hope it works. But the other thing is they're getting rid of any of the promotion and relegation stuff. And they're just doing, you register, and you got to register 4 people, I think, to get a team. So every new round, you just pick your 4 lowest people and whoever's going to be on your team, and you register them. And then it does a prediction, and then you end up in whatever. You can't go over the development category, I guess, but whatever. If they're all at 3.81 or something like that, and they're like in standard B3 at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then they go in, and then you put your 5 gunners in again. Like, why they don't just be like, if you're in the B1 team, you're in the B1 team. that I like, what I don't like, I see no reason why we can't just stick with that. I get teams move around and you lose guys and stuff like that, but the teams that are B1 are usually B1. The teams that are B3 are usually B3. And it's pretty rare, that it really gets more complicated than that, especially now that you're like I would do one of these 2 things, not both of them at the same time. Like if you're gonna just split these categories, that's fine. But if you guys like win the like development division, you're going up, because obviously you guys could probably race harder. like that, like this is the way these things should work. That like try one then the other, but getting rid of both of them all at once, I think is going to be a lot of registration shenanigans and guys on sauce to manage out their efforts, etc., etc.
Yeah. I would prefer to race B dev or the B minus right now. I think that's the right place where I should be because I'm pretty close to the top of C, and I would be better off racing B. But
I mean, I'd go race C right now too, and I'd go race B dev and probably suck for a while. But
I
I'd probably get back.
I think that there is something more to be said for the fact that having the development divisions actually might encourage more people who are at the top of a category to ride up a category, right? So like, if there is it's much scarier, having done it several times, to just inch over the category boundary and know that, okay, for the next 3 months I'm just getting my teeth kicked in, like as opposed to like, okay, I might be able to stick with this pack for most of the race if there's, if it's just the right kind of race. Like I might stick with the front group until the end, like those kinds of things. Makes for, it means that people that are at that line are maybe going to be more likely to be like, yeah, like you guys, actually, I can race that lower, that other category.
Yeah.
And it's indeed, you have in the previous you had the sandbag out, but like you said, so normal people see it. Oh, I can dip my toes in, like you said, dip my toes into a more challenging league. It would still be challenging, but it would be somewhat manageable than, for instance, what I explained. I moved up to C from D, and yeah, I had no incentive to race, so I think I did a couple of, maybe I did another round with the C team, and then I didn't race ZRL last winter because what's the point? I will probably, we in a group of 80 people, I will finish in the bottom 10 or something. So with that TAF team, you could be incentive to move up or if you want.
So this might be the most controversial part of this. Bike upgrades enabled for all races.
I was
What do you
going
think
to ask
about
what we
that?
thought of that. Yeah.
I think,
Time
I
come?
think, I think like they said, yeah, it's been there. Like you said, if Eric said it, if it's going to build up in their ecosystem, then it's most popular race to do it. And I think, I don't know how long it's been, a couple of months now, or I can't remember when they introduced it. But yeah, people should have upgraded some bikes. Well, I've almost upgraded one bike to level 5, but yeah, that's
They-
Yeah, I
because,
don't
but
mind it, but it is, I think a lot of people are going to be on their TT frames for the next
yeah,
few weeks.
Yeah.
Did they
yeah.
fix all the hacks? Did they like stop people like
They have
teleporting back
now.
and down to this Alp
They
100 times
haven't
and
they
get
haven't
rid of
gone back
everyone's?
and taken away the
Mm.
things that people, yeah.
Done.
Yeah, like I have no problem with the upgrades, but then like get rid of that nonsense, because if it's just a question of who can figure out the cheats the fastest to get the upgrades,
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, and that's where I think it's been long enough that
Yeah,
it is plausible that some people have anything legitimately. So
Yeah, that's true too. I guess I gotta get some more
it,
kilometers in. My,
I was
bit
about
of-
to say, if you're on Zwift long, and I've been riding, but I've been splitting my rides, outdoor rides, Zwift, and yeah, I also do roofie from time to time. So
Yeah, that TT bike
that,
has
that,
got almost no
that
miles on it.
yeah, and I think, yeah, they also introduced the routes and the dates for round 1, which is called the Coast Clash. Week 1 is a TT on September 16th on Southern Coast Cruise, a new route still to be announced, but I assume it's going to be on the Southern Coast routes.
Well, the different
Uh,
categories have different routes.
for some, yeah, for race 2 is a points race on Fine and Sandy. Oh no, no, it's on Fine and Sandy, but A's and B's do 4 laps, C's and D's do 3 laps. Race 3 count A's and B do country to coastal, and the C's and D's do turf and surf. And the 4th race is 1 lap of Jarvis Seaside Sprint, also a points race, and also to be announced, probably a combination, like in the Zwift Insider article, see a combination probably of the Seaside Sprint route and the Jarvis Loop, something like that.
Yeah,
But,
that's new.
so for 4 weeks and 2 new routes in it. So interesting.
the steamroller makes its return in the Fine and Sandy points race.
Yep.
I remember that first race with the steamroller. It was amazing.
It was, I agree, it was amazing. Everybody complains. I thought it was so good.
Yep.
I guess because I got a steamroller, but still.
I won that sprint in one of the on a lap and I didn't have the steamroller. So it like yeah, it was really powerful and it wasn't how it was used, I think, was a little bit unexpected, but yeah, it was fine.
I thought it was a really, really fun race. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Like I remember it being like everybody knew like everybody with the steamroller was gonna smash the hell out of that climb, and everyone else was gonna have to hold on for dear life and then try and catch them in the sprint. And it
Yeah.
was pretty much how it went.
Yeah. Well, so that one I was racing cassowary, so we were the first ones up. So we were figuring it out. And yeah.
Because then you had to go through the sprint, and then I think right you had to go to the climb, right? The climb back up towards the S's, or did it do the cutoff after the sprint?
No, it went to the cutoff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I don't mind the seasons being a little shorter. I get what they're doing with that, right? Because it's
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they've looked at this is the ZRL season. This is when people expect it, and it takes up whatever that be 20 weeks.
Yeah.
So they know it's good. Yeah, obviously getting rid of the finals is not a big deal. Like they were all a bit silly. But is there prizes? Is there prizes for winning a league? Is there like a hat or something?
What
Goofy
did they
shirt?
say? There's kit, in-game kit, I think.
In-game kit. All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm never gonna win, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think the best I've ever done is second in a ZRL, like a team.
Yeah. I think I got the helmet for being DS of the butterflies, but
Ah,
Yeah,
I say that maybe the Griffins won one, and I did like one race with them.
yeah.
That might have been. Anyway, I'm hoping to get back in. I'm hoping to get back in September. Those will be tight in that part of September, but I'm hoping to get back. So
yeah.
You,
And
looking for a Indigo League team.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. Is that the right time zone? I don't even know.
Yeah.
A
Hunter
developmental, yeah.
I think I'm after Amber.
Is that like the morning?
Yeah. Well, I see. I'm so many. None of the evening one. The evening ones are all late for me.
Yeah.
Is the problem?
I will probably have to find somewhere in the one of the green conglomerate league somewhere there because
Shamrock Stef, we're gonna call you.
because it's between 6 and 7:45 p.m. my time, so seven would be ideal. I race a lot with since racing Europe, it's usually with ladder the same. You have to take in considerate our neighborly friends across the little pond in UK, and regularly race at like 8 o'clock. But if it's a longer race, it can get like when you finish after 9. Or remember that one final where they did the double in on Glasgow Crit, and I think that second race I finished like after 10 p.m. So, or close to 10 p.m. was thinking, no, this is too late.
You can't say that to Brent.
Well,
I-
I tried. I remember my first HSRL when it was a final race, and was in contention, well, somewhat in contention for the general classification, but most of people were in US based. So I thought, well, I might do the race too. I think it was not at this time when it's now like 1:45 p.m. my time. I think it was an hour earlier, but I will decide to do that one. It was I think 3 laps of Polar Lava. That didn't went really well.
Yeah. No, I was just referencing the year Brent did the Omnium at 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was.
I think if you took all my Zwift events, they would cover all 24 hours of a day.
Yep.
I think that would happen.
I'd probably be close because I mean I did the APAC America's West double in ZRL before.
I did a full year of chasing or a full whatever round of chasing yellow, and it started at like 6:30 a.m. every day.
I mean, that's a great time. I I've got to say, the 5:30 to 6:30 start time is terrific. But
It was unpleasant. Anyway,
Well, that's more manageable, I don't think, than like 1 p.m. at the end of your day. 6
yeah,
p.m. when you start your day, it's more manageable than the other way around, doing like 1 or 2 p.m. at the end of the day. Unless you have some crazy schedule, if you work late or work during the night or something like that. If your life schedule is accustomed to that, it could be doable.
good. All right. I think that's all we could talk about for ZRL. We hope lots of people are getting out there. If you are doing ZRL, get in your chats, get in your Facebook chats, get in the herd Facebook group. We'll find you a team. And herd always represents well at ZRL. So there'll be lots of different options out there for everyone. I think we're gonna go around the horn. How the world has disappointed me this week, Craig. How are your flights?
well, so I'm here and not on the St. Albert BMX track practicing. So yeah, I'm exactly that happy.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
You know what mine's is gonna be? Yeah, so he was derailed by the a flight attendant strike by Air Canada who canceled all his flights. He didn't get to do his bike race, which sucks.
I
Mine
even
is
got both bikes into one bike bag under the weight
oh,
limit.
this is all very unfair. I feel very, very bad for you. Mine is I rented a bike to ride around Halifax and I was out there, but because of the fire ban,
Yep.
all the bike paths were closed.
Yep.
Like there was a few spots you could still go, but like 90% of the bike routes, like I like 3 or 4 times I like rode. I like number one, I'm trying to use Google Maps to like navigate this
Yep.
city. Like I haven't really spent that much time in Halifax. I haven't been there in 20 years. So I'm like, all right, put in the bike route and I'm following the bike route. And then it's like big sign, path closed due to fire closure, do not enter, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. I'm like, oh, flip. Now I got to turn back around and try and like self navigate. I'm on the side of the freeway. I'm crossing for the cars. It's like, oh, this was not the choice route. This says, this dotted line meant I should be over on that bike path that's on the other line of this 8-lane freeway. Whoops,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Well,
Made it home alive, but did not get as much biking into Halifax I would have liked. That would have been because the shame is that the weather was beautiful and the biking I did get in
Yeah.
was awesome, but like just the the ideal scenario was not there for really getting around the city on the bike paths. Like there's some lovely, lovely bike paths, and it's just like you're like, do I want to face a $25,000 fine?
Yeah.
Mm.
I can't really do that. Well, I'm especially while I'm like there representing my employer. Like there was some guy who basically like went for a hike and the cop like gave him a ticket. He's like, that's fine. I'm going to court on this right now. Like you guys can't do this. I'm not starting fires with my hiking boots. So I think he might win if I'm being honest, but
Yep.
I don't think I'm doing that while I'm there for other reasons out of province.
Yeah. Yeah. Appearing in court in Nova Scotia would be highly inconvenient.
Indeed it would. Indeed it would. How about you guys? John, you've been away and back or something?
Had a little vacation, yeah, and then I guess my disappointment is I started rowing and started tearing my hands up. That's a real fun thing. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I'm like, "What do you do?" And they're like, you know, you just
Get used
live
to it.
with it, get used
do,
to it.
do they ever wear gloves?
One guy did, so I was going to ask him where he got his glove. I'm sure it was on Amazon or something, but yeah,
Good.
it's an interesting sport.
Yeah.
I
Did
feel
you
like
ever read The Boys in the Boat?
oh yeah, we went to see the opening day because it was,
Oh,
you know, in Seattle
yeah, for
it's all
sure.
about them. It's all about the hometown boys.
Yeah,
So we
absolutely.
went to the opening night movie showing with the director. I think he was there answering questions afterward. It was quite the event. Um, a lot of
That
fun.
I didn't quite finish it. I got a little bit too much into like
The book is a little too detailed. Could have used a little tighter editing, I think. But
yeah. But I would say the similarities between like rowing and cycling in some ways, like sort of the embracing of the suck, the
Yeah.
yeah,
sort of like the
yeah.
training and preposterous weather conditions, especially these guys in like the 30s. and kind of like
Right.
you row till like your arms fall off, and that's like, oh, that's a good day. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah. In your wool onesie. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was very like like just similar to the cycling ethos, especially like older cycling things you read about.
Yeah. And then just eating an ungodly number of calories every day.
Yeah.
Just over
Yeah,
and over
there's
and over.
no weight. That's the biggest difference, of course. There's no weight issue in rowing. Basically, like go
Right.
ahead and put
Right.
it on. Like you just got to be able to pull that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sean, Steph, what about you guys? Has the world disappointed you this week?
Not
Not
really
really.
not
I mean,
really bit busy with work, but it's the work in financials, and we're working on the financial budget for next year for our company. So yeah, busy times, but
let's go with nothing podcast friendly.
Ah, fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough. And Steve
Uh,
has left us for other life issues, so I think that's all fair enough. Well, I think on that note, we will keep it podcast friendly and say thank you to, let's start with Steve Pritchard. Thank you to John Keenan. Thank you to Craig Martin. Thank you to Sean Fogenberg. Thank you, Stef Etienne. Thank you to everybody listening at home. Thank you to everybody doing their herd races this weekend. We hope everybody gets in all their sprints on the HSRL. We hope it goes sprintastically. We'll see you all out there on the courses, everybody. Moo and good night.